You guys ready for your feature?
Yes.
All right, here it comes. Let him hear. Teddy Bruno.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys. What's going on? Okay, that's a good sign. Got some dates. It looks like nobody's sure it's a date yet. Are you a hostage? Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, this is the celebration of the anniversary of my almost anniversary. I got engaged on Valentine's Day and divorced on Valentine's Day. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Divorce is the leading cause of happiness in this country. Marriage is the leading cause of divorce. So you gotta do one to get to the other. You guys are almost there. I'm just ahead of the game. I'm kidding. I hope it works, I guess. Oh man, Valentine's Day is always fun though, right? When you're a kid. Yeah. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. It kind of sucks when we're older. A lot of work and money goes into it for just a little bit of. You're hoping for Netflix and chill, and you get Disney Plus. Not tonight, honey. I have gas. You know, parents in the room, right? When I was a kid, I felt invisible. You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same as a parent. Now I feel like a transparent. That could go two ways, I guess. All right. I mentioned I was divorced, which is a little taboo. I was raised Catholic, you know. Thanks, I didn't like it either. All the traditions and the rules and stand up, sit down, ring a little bell. I was an altar boy. Stand up, sit down, wear the itchy robe, stand up, sit down. Everyone gets a Jesus cracker at halftime. There's too many rules, traditions, you know what I mean? I had to quit. That priest was way too anal. About the rules. There's some Catholics back there, right? Altar boys in the past, though. All right. Nice. My ex-wife, she was also raised religious. She was a devout Crystal Methodist. Different set of rules. Not so much taboo, more of a requirement. Anyway. She hates that joke, by the way. Every time there's a camera involved and when I'm up here, I tell that joke, I post it on Facebook, tag her in it. And divorce is finalized. So. They say diamonds are forever, that's bullshit. A woman's hatred is forever. You know, no one can hold a grudge like you guys, so I'm just saying. Anyway, what else do we want to talk about today? Oh, so Dave mentioned that I'm a local to the area. I do live in Cleveland now, which is cool. I moved there from NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana. We call it NOLA because no one can read down there. I mean it. Have you ever seen the Louisiana State Reading Test? Nobody has. Trick question. Doesn't exist. I lived down there. I used to work at a bar that was actually owned by Bill Cosby. A lot of people don't know that he owns it. It was a roofie top bar. Is that a half a drink minimum? No refund policy. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Zinning it up, dude. Yeah, that's whatever. Okay. That's cool. I don't know why I even pointed that out, to be honest with you. I stayed at a Days Inn last night in this town. Fucking, I'm brave, dude. It was crazy. I pulled into the parking lot and I thought immediately, I was like, people die here. Somebody has died in this parking lot. I walked into the lobby, did not change my mind. He's like, drive around, you're in the back building. I was like, oh, good. Furthest away from the road and, out of earshot of people hearing me scream my last breath. And I walked into the room and expected the worst. And it was actually nice. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? It's like some Black Mirror episode shit. And, but I was like, immediately, I was like, okay, now I gotta find some way to sleep on top of this bed. You know what I mean? 'Cause something about hotels motels like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust it, okay? Checkout was 11 a.m. I got there at like 1 a.m. I was like, this seems kind of stupid. It was the best $76 I ever spent, though. I immediately put my stuff down and I went to this Irish bar that was down the street. And the first guy I meet there starts telling me a story. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a cop, and so we actually had a standoff in that parking lot last week, and the guy almost got shot." I was like, "Really? No refund policy? Cool." Oh man. All right, let's get back on track here. I found out that I have an allergy the other day. Kind of bummed me out a little bit. My cousin called me. He's all crying on the phone. I was like, "Oh shit, someone died." He's like, "No, I found out I'm allergic to alcohol." I was like, "Damn, that's okay. Didn't tell him coming." He goes, "What happens?" He's like, "Every time I drink, I get a rash and I get itchy and I break out in hives." I was like, "Huh." I was like, "Well, we need to talk about this some other time, buddy, but I think I'm allergic to alcohol too. Every time I drink, I get points on my license." Anyone else have DUIs?
Yep.
Oh, proud owner right there. All right, good for you. It's an expensive hobby. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. And 1 out of like 100 people, the statistics don't match the reality of the situation and the fact that there's multiple sober places like within 100 feet of this building, so I'm going to say most of you guys are liars. Cool thing about getting my DUI was it was at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday. It takes practice, okay? It does, and the best part was I looked great in my mugshot, dude. I just got ready. Well rested, got to jail early enough to call the top bunk. I'm safer up there, man. Not a lot of headroom. You guys can think about it. But that took me to group therapy, as I call it. Some people call it AA, whatever. I graduated, meaning it was court ordered and I don't have to go anymore. So that's fun. Anyone been to AA? AAA people? No? Oh, more liars, okay. I know DUI guy did. You didn't raise your hand. The cool thing about going to AA is there's a lot of people in there that aren't working or, hard up for money and very easily to persuade to, for $20 a week, they'll sign you in. So for your court paperwork. I shouldn't probably be telling some of you this, but, who cares? I don't do, I don't party like that anymore, to your knowledge. But there was a time, like for instance, for this next joke, I got vaccinated, okay? Don't judge me, this is about me right now. But you gotta hear me out. They told me needles were involved, and I'll try anything twice, okay? I got vaccinated in a county fairgrounds parking lot. It's just like old times, really. Guy next to me, clinically obese, won a blue ribbon. Come on, that's a fair joke. Yeah, I said that. I was at Walgreens a couple nights ago. It doesn't matter why I was there, but I was just kind of going up and down the aisles like I could not find this shit, right? And then I got distracted and I had to leave because I was laughing so hard I thought that there was going to be a problem. Did you guys know that they're selling women's sex toys, like top shelf, right in the middle of Walgreens these days? Like I'm talking like everything. I don't know a lot about them, but they look like dicks. Some of them Mr. Microphone style, you know what I mean? Right up there, top shelf. You can see them if you're tall enough from anywhere in the store. It's something you used to have to go to a special store for, right? Under that is a wall of condoms. Not something I shop for very often. Not saying I don't use them, just don't bring them to the party. But I started losing my mind over the marketing that goes behind condoms now, okay? So right off the bat, it's real feel, close, super thin, never felt closer. I'm inside of somebody, I better be close, right? Like, how much closer can you be? But then the thing that caught my eye really was the big box, big lettering, super cool looking Magnum, right? That sounds badass. I have no experience with them, but it looks cool. Right next to it, super snug fit. Like they couldn't find a cooler way to say mini. Like what? I was laughing, so I wanted to buy them just to see how small they were. Then I stopped myself. I couldn't think of a more depressing way to feel terrible about myself than to find out in spiteful, joking manner that I have a tiny dick, right? Like you're laughing, it's so small, but it fits like Cinderella's slipper. I couldn't do it. Oh, I might still go check it. I don't know. The Magnums are nice, I like I was raised Catholic, born Jewish, consider myself a cashew. So a Magnum condom, I'm a little bit nutty, don't open me on a plane. Just think of a Magnum as, look at all that extra material. You know what I mean? You tie a knot in it and put it back on. I don't know how that works. It's probably why I have a kid. I actually was late to the show last night, which is funny because I'm always late. Today was the first time. I could have been here way earlier because I stayed in town, but I still pushed it to the last 15 minutes just to make Dave feel more comfortable. But I'm late a lot. Anyone who knows me will tell you that, and there's a reason. I have PTSD. Last time I came early, I became a father. I'll never do that again. We learn from our mistakes, okay? We try to, anyway. And I obviously don't get laid much because I don't even know anything about condoms. I went through that for about 5 minutes for you guys. Okay, so... Oh man, we're all over the place. Let's talk about you guys for a minute. Who's got a dog? Anybody? I don't segue. We're jumping into it. Who's got a dog? Right, Steelers. What kind of dog you got?
Siberian Husky.
A fat Siberian dog. Okay. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna. Is that like the sled dog?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Not the one I was looking for though. So next. You're really excited. What kind of dog do you have?
A Yorkie too.
I have no fucking clue what that is. Can we get a dog, like a real one? Don't even repeat that. I'm looking for one name of a dog, not a sentence, okay? I saw a hand back here.
Shar-Pei and half Pipple.
Black lab.
Oh, it's a lab of color. That's right. But thank you, that was one of the ones I was looking for. A what? Not a jokeable dog, they've had a hard enough life. Anyway, I'm just happy nobody has said mutt, okay? It's 2026, we can't say that anymore. It's multicultural canine now. Myself, I have a Dalmatian because I believe in equality. You can think about it. He's a little fucker, okay? He's really hyper, I'm not. He gets pent up, he misbehaves. We tried walks, dogs, dog parks, you name it, didn't work. So 2 months ago I took him to the vet. Vet referred us to a dog psychiatrist. Something white people do to get rid of money. About all it's good for. I wasn't in the room with them, but I imagine he had him lay down and did whatever. When he came out, he handed me a prescription for Xanax. I said, thank you. He said, it's for your dog. I said, got it. 2 months. He's been on with the Xanax. It did not work. He's still hyper as shit. I am addicted to Xanax. Silver lining, don't care what he does anymore. He could have gave it to either of us, I guess. I don't even know where he's at right now, to be honest. I'm just kidding. I've been taking Xanax in hours. No, in all seriousness, the last time I took that on a Monday, the next thing I remember, I'm driving an empty box truck. I was in Ohio, and then the next thing I remember on Wednesday, I'm driving an empty box truck in Daytona Beach, Florida. I figured I just moved there and I forgot where. I left it at a Kmart and got a ride home, but don't do Xanax if you're trying to remember things. You should get that. They're just checking on your car's extended warranty.
Sorry.
It's fine, kind of. I'm just kidding. Oh man, where? Yeah. Oh yeah, dogs. That's right. So Xanax. You guys probably have a lot of yard space around here. We don't in Cleveland. We have a lot of dog parks in Cleveland. You guys have dog parks here? It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? A dog park is kind of like going to a random prison on any given day and spectating the yard during, recess or whatever they call it. There's a lot of clique groups, exercise, fights, gang, the whole 9 yards. I'm serious, Lakewood Dog Park, no more poop bags, little dog condom stations. All around. I don't know who put them on, but my dog doesn't use them, so he says he's got a mad pull-out game. So. Figure he's like the only Dalmatian around. I'd figure out if he had some illegitimate kids, a spotted Siberian Husky, running around. We'll know. But yeah, so that's that. That's cool. Funny story. I went to visit my parents the other day, and they did something kind of funny. You know how Dave just moved this club, right? And didn't tell me? My parents moved to Florida and didn't tell me. I said, yeah, can't wait to see you next weekend. Can't believe you're going to come see us. I was like, that's such a weird thing to say. I live an hour away from you. And I showed up, and the new family that lived there was like, who the fuck are you? Granted, that's normally how my mom would greet me, but she looked different and younger. I was like, this is weird. Oh man, I just got sidetracked again on where we were going with that. Don't do drugs, kids. So, I was born in the 80s, which I'm kind of bummed about, because I wish I would have got to experience it. The 80s seemed way cooler. Looks like most of you were alive and well in the 80s. That's awesome. Good for you. You guys had cooler cars, cooler music, cool movies. Or music anyway, like Smoking in the Boys' Room. That sounds badass, right? It just sounds cool. Sounds like a tough, cool guy. If you wrote that song today, vaping in the non-gender specific rest area, not the same ring to it. And genders are weird too. It's like the World Trade Center. Used to be 2, now you can't talk about it. I'll never forget. And never tell that joke anywhere near New York. Learned that one the hard way. Anyway, hey guys, I have to go. Just not because of you guys or anything, just because they want me to. But before I leave, just remember one really important thing on your Valentine's Day: cocaine and potato chips have one really important thing in common. No matter which bag you open, no one's leaving until it's empty. You guys can party. All right, I'm Teddy. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Teddy Bruno, everybody, let me hear one more time. Cocaine and potatoes. All right, you guys are doing great. You guys ready for your headliner?
Yeah.
You've seen him on Dry Bar. You've seen him on the Comics Unleashed. You've seen him at our last place that you guys were there earlier today and then came here. You're going to see him again. Everybody, let him hear Lou Santini!
More time for David Teddy, everybody. All right. Happy Valentine's Day, or as I call it, Forced Romance Day. Yeah. What happened here? They're not with you? They with you? Who wants to move up? You paid extra. You got the ball seating. You're running ball level with the comedian. You got to pay extra for that, right? I know. It's, Funny Farm Comedy Club. Yeah, party at 2. Valentine's Day. Would it be at nuts level with the comedian the entire day?